Producer Hannah here. Currently, the space is not in use. If you would like to hear your ad here at the beginning or at the end of the show, you can contact us at hauntedmouseproductions@gmail.com. Back to the show.
Yo, it's Gorilla Central out there. Get the fuck up. Juice heads everywhere.
I don't think that he's good for you. How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion! Are you kidding me?
I swear to God, don't be
What are you
throwing the thing on me. I'll hurt you.
Welcome to BoobTube. But that works out because she lets me live at home.
Listen, thanks, Mom. I'll pay the $12 for you.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
No problem.
Thanks,
Lame-o.
Mom. Yeah. So
She used to wipe your ass. The least she can do is pay $12, right?
I think so. I think it's like the least I could do. Being the light of her life. Like being like an only kid, you're just like,
What was it like growing up as an only child?
it was fine.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be a set of twins, but then
Did you eat your twin?
I think I did. I absorbed my twin, and I got their power.
Bitch.
I know, fuck. I'm a murderer. I'm a murderer. I murdered somebody in the womb. But yeah, I sometimes, like, when I get really down, I'm like, what if my fucking twin was like a doctor or a lawyer or a successful
What if you
businessman?
took away that good person
What if-
in society?
What if I ended up like absorbing the man or woman who would have cured cancer?
Oh my God.
But now I'm doing a reality TV podcast, and welcome to BoobNews.
I'm gonna let you call it that on the mic, but I'm not calling that out. Like,
Oh.
people can't Google that. It just won't work. It just
Boob
trying to
news?
boob news. No,
I like it. It's
I
boob
like
news.
it too. Don't worry, but I can't put that down. It's unsearchable.
All right, working title.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm
y'all
trying to
are
think of
y'all are
something.
recording, by the way.
Thank you.
Hey, cheers to that.
Yep. So I'm Gabby, and here with me is Chyenne. And
Hey.
Chyenne, you had a story to start us off with.
Okay, so I just came back from Mexico. My first time I've ever left the country. Like, literally got my first passport 2 weeks before I was supposed to go.
Oh, shit.
Never left. So not only have I never left the country as, a normal human, I've never left the country as a mother. So my first day, I was so freaking anxious. So we were like, okay, let's go to the pool. And I'm like, whoa, wait. You mean there's no responsibilities? I don't have to cook. I don't have to clean. Like, nothing like that, right? Because I've never been. So anyways, our second day, we ended up having a whole cool, fun foam pool party. Everyone was getting
shit.
drunk.
Oh,
right?
man.
So fun, so cool. So anyways, we're all at the swim up bar, and then you just hear screaming. So I look to my left, and all I see is this man ripping a ring off of his girlfriend. Yeah. So me being me, it's time for me to get out of the pool. So I go over and I see the girl, and I'm just listening to her, and then there's a big group of older women, and they're just in the pool, and the guy that ripped the ring off goes over to the group of big women. Mm-hmm. And the girl that he just ripped the ring off, I'm assuming it's his fiancé, she's like, babe, why won't you talk to me?
Oh, my
and
God.
he's just there chugging back the beers, doing tequila shots, he didn't care.
Oh,
He
my
wasn't even
God.
licking the salt off. He was just So anyways, the big group of women in the pool was his mom and their friends. And he says, that fucking bitch right there, the one that's next to you, wouldn't even look at her, wouldn't even address her, wouldn't answer her. He says, I was supposed to fucking marry that bitch, but I just caught her making out with an 18-year-old little girl.
Oh!
So I was like, oh my God, this is a plot twist.
Oh, I'd be there with
Yeah,
a
so
fat
that was
margarita. Just
That was that. I thought it was done.
No, it's not
Girl,
done.
but wait, there's more.
Okay.
Okay? So me being me, of course, still, I'm sitting back listening because I'm about to graduate from being a journalist.
You're doing your duty.
It's my due diligence.
It's your due diligence
Honest
to do
to
this.
God. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening. And the motherfucking plot twist, the reason why the boyfriend got so mad is because he's a transgender man.
Oh.
So he was really, really, really upset that his girlfriend was making out with another girl. He was like, so what? You mean to tell me that you want to be with a woman? Am I not good enough for you? I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
Who is this trans man? We need to get him on this podcast right now.
I know. I think he was Newfoundlander.
Shout out to our Newfoundlanders.
I'm telling you, it was crazy.
Oh.
It was wild. And like everyone around the pool was just watching all this shit go down. No one was saying nothing. And everyone was laying back in their beach chairs with their freaking hands behind their head and their feet kicked up. And we were just like, ooh, buddy. And then that poor little 18-year-old girl, I don't know what happened, but like the lifeguards had to come and pick her up off of the freaking chairs and bring her back to her room. She was stuck in bed for 2 days after that.
God.
So I don't know if she just got like stupid drunk.
Probably.
Or if she got an STD.
There's an STD that'll put you in bed for 2 days.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Josh. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
It's just the opportunity was there.
Gabby is here today.
I just had to take it. Okay. All right. That was quite the fucking story.
It was wild.
Oh my God. All I have for my fucking Easter weekend was visiting drunk relatives in New Brunswick.
Is it like the fun drunk relatives?
No, it wasn't. It was more like bad politics make me want to rip my own face off.
Oh, just the bummer.
Just the bummer. It's just everything was a bit of a bummer. But to kind of lift myself up, I think it's kind of time to break into the news.
What do you got for me?
News. So, because this past weekend was dating this podcast, was Easter weekend, and Rob Kardashian made a rare appearance with Kim K and the family. I know we just did Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh my gosh, Rob!
Yeah.
He did that for us.
Yep.
Thank you, Rob.
According to U.S. Today's Aaron Carlson, Kim K took to social media on Monday, April 21st, to share a series of photos from the holiday. In one snap, Rob and his 8-year-old daughter, Dream, who he had with Black China, posed with Kim, Chloe, momager Chris, and Kim's kids, as well as Chloe's kids, for the holiday. So normally Rob keeps a low profile compared to his famous sisters, aside from his own trying to, Rob and Black China reality TV show. But in February, he made headlines when he resurfaced on an episode of the Chloe in Wonderland podcast to reminisce about his brief hookup with Chloe's BFF, Michaela Hack, which, But I kind of want to ask you both this, do you think Rob is going to appear in future seasons of the Kardashians?
I hope. I really hope. I honestly, I love Rob. I think he's one of the more normal ones.
Yeah.
I just think he's so cute.
I'm still struggling with it. So, Rob, I need someone to make me laugh in the intro, Rob. That's who's with Black China? That's why Black China's around?
Yeah.
She's with him?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And they have
their kid's name is Dream.
Oh, so that's not even the craziest part.
There's so much. No, there's so much.
So when it comes to naming kids, the
boy.
Kardashians are crazy, especially when it comes to Kim K's kid. Like Chicago, it's fine. There's tons of kids named after cities all the time. Then there's Psalm, which I think is mainly Kanye's more riff into naming
Oh, I
his
got
kids.
something about Kanye
Getting
after.
religious.
Keep on that note, because I got something for you.
All right. So, and then we have Chloe's kids, which is True and Tatum. Kind of like normal names, but just like the idea of naming your kid after Psalm. But
And Northwest.
oh yeah, I forgot about Northwest.
Like her oldest daughter, like Kim and Kanye, their oldest daughter's name is North, and Kanye West. So it's North.
I did know about
West.
Northwest. Psalm is almost the more confusing one to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they named them after the worst part of church. That's like a wild thing to do to your kid.
So, I grew up basically atheist because I was never baptized. My dad was a extremely lax Catholic.
Same.
Yeah, he and my mom was like, my mom is more religious than my dad and I, but she's like, she grew up like united. So basically the most relaxed sort of churchgoers. So I just never ended up going to church. Never really had that church experience. So for the longest time, until someone corrected me, I saw Psalm, because Psalm has a P in front of it. So I was like, Psalm? For the longest time. Because I forgot the P could be silent.
Oh my god, that's actually hilarious. Okay, so on the note of the Kardashians, on E! News yesterday,
Oh shit.
this is the headline, okay? Kanye West says he had past incestuous relationships with his cousin.
Shut the fuck up.
So Kanye West opens up about incest relations with his younger cousin. He says that when he was younger, that he showed his cousin a Playboy Bunny magazine, and he just showed him whatever, it is what it is. But they ended up finding his mother's magazines, and those were completely different. So Kanye literally says that they acted on what they seen, and he openly said, apparently on X, and then deleted it, that he sucked his younger cousin's dick until he was 14. Until he was 14. So this cousin apparently is now in jail, and he, remains unnamed. He went to jail for killing a pregnant woman, I guess.
Jesus.
Yeah. And Kanye has a new upcoming song that's influenced by his cousin, and it's called Cousins.
Shut the fuck up.
I shit you not. I swear to God, E! News right here. I took a screenshot and everything. I'm telling you, when I seen that, I was like, I need to talk about this today.
Oh my god.
Wild.
At no point was I like able to guess what you were gonna say next.
No, neither. See, that's like what it is now with Kanye. It's like we don't know what is gonna happen, or Ye as he's now called,
Yeah.
but it's
Like, what is next?
what is next,
Right?
I mean, before he was wearing a big swastika, like comically large
Yes,
swastika,
and then wearing
pendant.
his girlfriend Bianca as like he was wearing her as like a, I don't know, like a freaking brooch or something when she would walk the freaking, was it the Grammys that like she was
I
completely
think
naked?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Grammys. What he like did an interview
That's
with a
when he-
rapper where he was in a colored black KKK
That's the
Grand
same
Wizard
day.
outfit.
That's the
Yeah.
same day
But
he
I
wore
don't
the
know who it
Nazi
was he talked to.
pendant. Kanye, buddy, as someone who's also on medication for
Well, I don't think he's
depression.
on medication.
No, that's what I'm saying. As someone who is on like anti-anxiety, depression. No, I don't have bipolar, but I can tell you, being on medication is great.
It helps.
Okay, the only downside is I can't. It takes me a long time to finish. If you know, you know. But besides that,
It's not just you.
It's it's great. You know, there's nothing wrong with being on medication.
No.
So Kanye,
It's yeah.
get back on medication.
It's just crazy because you just never know what's going to come next. And like, God bless Kim, because holy guacamole.
Crazy.
And here I'm terrified for someday that my children can Google me. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine
What are they gonna find?
this podcast?
Fair.
But
Yeah.
what I'm terrified for is literally when, because Kim and Kanye's oldest daughter, North, she's
Yeah.
already like all over TikTok and whatnot.
Yeah.
How simple is it for her to just literally Google search her father?
Well, that was like a bit of like an issue. Like I noticed when I was watching an episode of the Kardashians. We're gonna get into what we're watching later, but brings it up. One of her kids was on Roblox, and they had someone had like her crying face, like on like it was like a skin or something, and she was getting upset over that. Because she was like, people are like they're gonna start looking like learning more and more about me through people who don't know us. And
Who's crying face?
Kim's.
Oh, so it was Kim Kardashian's crying face, and people were using that as a skin on their Roblox character. Okay.
So yeah.
Where
do we go
wild.
from?
Yeah, there's children. Like, there's sometimes I feel bad for the kids that are kind of thrust into these like dynasties or whatever it is that happens, because you know, there's so many kids from kind of before our time that escaped all that. They just became real estate agents and things that you just like never hear of. And it's like, oh, this actor has like 5 kids, but none of them became actors. But now it's impossible almost for them to escape. They all have to become Instagram, TikTok stars, or like go along with their parents to some things, and people just know who they are from the age of 5. It's crazy.
Literally. Like for Kylie, when she was pregnant with, you know, her first child, she hid that for so long.
Stormy, baby.
She hid it for so long, right?
Yeah.
Is the Stormy baby a thing? Like this? Okay. I wasn't sure what voice you were putting on. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, that was fucking crazy about Kanye West. I don't know how else to direct.
I could not wait to tell you guys.
I know.
That's why I had to wait until we were on the mic, because when I was reading it, I didn't believe it. To the point I was screenshotting, and I watched the story on E! News like 6 times, because I was like, is this fucking real?
God, it's like the plane hitting the Pentagon. It's like, where do we go from here?
Nowhere. That was the last one to hit anything.
Yeah. Continuing on. So we have a cast list of the Vanderpump Villa that just came out. So, and people don't know, the Vanderpump Villa is like Vanderpump Rules, but instead of taking place at Lisa's restaurant, season 1 took place in her French chalet called Chateau Rosabelle. And it's basically like an upstairs, downstairs. You know, you have like the famous guests coming in and staying while the staff are, you know, working to accommodate these guests, but also they have like crazy moments. So it's actually more like below deck. You know, you have them like looking after the guests, but also like intermingling and the drama that comes from that. So this new locale is in Italy at the Castello Rosato, where so this season 2, you're gonna have some cast of the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which they're gonna come in with their fucking dirty cokes and go crazy. Woo!
What's a dirty coke?
Okay, so in Utah, because I have a weird fascination with Mormons.
They're crazy.
They're
cool,
crazy.
honestly.
When it comes to like fucking soaking and their dirty cokes, which are basically cokes, like say for example, they have like a Diet Coke and they put creamer in it, and that's their drink. They get hopped up on sugar.
Yeah, it's like Pepsi and milk together. Like,
like Pilk. Yeah. I think that's called
I didn't know there was a name for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's as bad as White Russians.
Oh, yeah, I got a few White Russian stories, that's for sure.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, now I have to say this. I had a friend, and the guy she was dating at the time, he was drinking, his his drink of the month was White Russians. So whenever we would party, he would always have White Russians. But this time, he didn't get a big enough bottle of Kahlua. So he just started drinking vodka and milk together. And I was like...
Vodka and milk?
Yeah.
He should go to jail.
I think he should go to jail
Immediately.
too.
Oh my God.
Federal prison.
Immediately.
So, to kind of answer your question, Josh, in Utah, they actually have chains of these where they would take different sodas and make like different drinks with them with like flavoring. Some have coconut milk with it, which seems less
Icky.
awful, but
It's definitely high in sugar still, though.
It is.
That's coconut milk's whole thing, is it's all just fucking sugar.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as you said, it seems like Mormons are just like anything to feel altered.
it is. Like this is coming from like the same series where with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, they have like soft swinging is what they called it.
Ooh.
Which is basically they would have these parties where they would perform mouth stuff, which is or like oral sex on each other, but their partner has to be in the room. So it's also like in the form of cucking, but they call it soft swinging, and the whole drama surrounding that
Soft swinging.
is that two people paired off together and they kind of had sex, but without the other group knowing. And I think actual intercourse sex, like in and out, is more of an issue. So
is this sex ed or is this boob news? Because I did not know any of this.
I think we're off the rails.
I'm not surprised that everything's been remarkably sexual. I mean, everything is in reality TV is just gross. So
It
I'm not
is.
surprised.
So, well, anyways, here are the cast members.
Oh, yes, right.
So you have an Anthony, who's the executive chef, Murciano as the server, Grace as the housekeeper, Hannah as the server, Andre as a bartender, Gabriella, events coordinator, Tyler, activities coordinator, Ashley's a cook, Hagen's a housekeeper, Lexi is a bartender, Dominic is a cook, Tyler is a server, Alyssa is a server, Bridget is a sous chef, Adrian is a server, Sienna as an events coordinator, Siadi as a guest services, Sherabelle is a server, and finally Sam is a bartender. I don't know why I got this list off the internet. I don't know why they just grouped different things together to make it easier, but that's okay. So anyways, the first episode will release on April 24th on Hulu.
Plug it in.
Let's go.
Okay.
And finally, my final piece of news is Logan Paul's fiance, Nina Agdal, gave birth to their first child, with Logan Paul announcing on Instagram saying, Esme Agdal Paul has entered the chat, which is, you know what? The funny thing is, this is such like an influencer thing to say. Oh, beautiful name, by the way. I love the name Esme.
So sweet.
But the idea of being like, oh, they entered the chat, which is just such a...
That's so cringe.
It is so
It's
cringy.
so cringe.
When his last kid was born, he did an ad for whatever his Lunchables are
No,
in the
that's-
room.
That's his only kid.
Wait, which Paul are we talking about?
Logan Paul. Logan Paul
Oh,
only has one
this was
kid.
Jake Paul. Then.
Jake Paul doesn't
So-
have any kids.
What? No. I think this is wrong.
Uh-oh, who's on Google?
I definitely remember whichever one made their own version of Lunchables
Could it be
in
K-
the room while I saw the picture. His wife is about to give birth, and he does an ad for his version
Well,
of Lunchables.
KSI, maybe it's just like for the internet. Like it was just set up for like.
Okay, you guys keep talking. I'm gonna research.
Google.
Well, because like there's KSI who also is a partnership with Logan Paul with I think is it Lunchables? Is what it's called.
I forget what they're called. Again, no, they're not. It's it's their own version of it. That's what I was talking about.
Lunchly.
So it's not
Lunchly.
Lunchly, which is Logan Paul.
With Logan Paul, KSI, and Mr. Beast, which is Mr. Beast is like a whole nother psychopath, and it's all.
Logan Paul has one child, and I'm telling you, I saw a picture of him do an ad for Lunchly in the delivery room.
If he did it, that's fucking cringy.
It is.
Because it's funny. We're gonna I'll talk about it later because I've been watching Paul American, which is Jake and Logan's Paul's new reality TV show, where basically it's like the Kardashians, but if it was with shitty influencers. Because basically it just follows the fucking Paul brothers and the family, and the Paul brothers partners. So I think we're just going to transition to what we're watching.
I think that's great. Yeah, because I'm intrigued. Tell me more. Because I remember the Paul brothers from, like, I don't want to age myself, but, like, from Vines.
Yeah.
And my kids are like, oh, I used to watch him on Nickelodeon. And I'm like, huh?
So basically, like I said, it's where we follow the infamous Paul brothers. Well, for people who don't know, Logan and Jake are a pair of social media influencers that kind of got their break from Vine. Mm-hmm. And then they kind of branched out. Like Jake Paul went and worked on the Nickelodeon. Logan Paul's was just vlogging, and then Jake also vlogged as well. So they just branched out into YouTube. We all know, like, the infamous when Logan Paul went to Mount Fuji in the suicide forest. He filmed a guy who decided to end their life. Super shitty thing to do. Jake Paul also known for fighting Mike Tyson.
Crazy, rigged. I'm over it. Let's not even talk about it.
Yeah. So also Logan is in the WWE.
Which is wild.
It is wild.
Yeah, for the few times a year he shows up, he is surprisingly good. But I will say, yeah, he's only, like, actually performed, like, probably less than 30 times.
Yeah.
So it's, like, it's pretty easy to get really good at doing something when you only do it 3 times a year.
Listen, I don't want to shit on the Paul brothers, but since, like, they did come from, you know, having to advertise themselves and, like, throw out content on Vine, literally they are marketing geniuses. They really, truly are.
Well, that's, like, what this whole thing is. Like, we see them, like, they're continuously on their phones, like, filming, marketing. Like, they film, like, every single second. And this is, like, just following them as, like, they make a name for themselves, as well as their interpersonal relationships. Like, for example, Logan, I just mentioned, his fiancé Nina gave birth to their child. Nina Agdal is a Danish model, and then we also have Jake's partner. So before, Jake was infamous when he was dating another YouTube personality called Tana Mojo. Mm-hmm. Infamous for saying the N-word.
Oh.
Yeah, she said the N-word. But she has, like, her own... She has her own podcast now. I don't really hear a lot from her. But they famously dated. It was like a sort of... Tana also had, like, her own little reality TV show as well.
I wonder if the podcast or the reality show was called The N-Word.
Could be. Could be. But anyways, so now he is dating surprising to me, because in the show she's like this, she is her name is Yuta Lerdum,
and she's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous, by the way. She's an Olympic champion speed skater, like, from the Netherlands. And I'm just wondering, like,
how?
Well, I think it's what they're trying to do with, like, this series is they're trying to show a different side of the Pauls. But even when they do that, I think because, like, they're continuously in their character 24/7, I think they kind of lost themselves. So, but and they're infamously like, I think they're just infamous jackasses.
Yeah. I would love to see like them in a vulnerable, like humble moment. You know what I mean?
Well, we sort of get that when Logan Paul learned that he was having a little girl instead of a boy. Like, he was really upset. He really wanted a boy. But it found out that he actually was going to have a little girl. And he's like, man, he said he didn't want to come across as such a woke asshole. But, so this is what he says. He didn't want to come across like such a woke asshole, but like, dude, women have it hard.
Buddy.
That straight from his own mouth.
Coming from a mother of 3 girls.
Oh, wow.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah, and he feels like having a girl is like his karmic justice because of the way he treated women in the past.
Duh.
Duh. So, anyways, that's Paul American. That's one thing I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of reality TV because I've got all the time in the world. But I'm going to pass off to Chyenne to say what she's been watching as well.
Okay, well, that sounds super fun, and I think I might need to go home and now binge. So I'm going to need a little bit of help from Josh because I just finished watching Balin Out Loud, and it's about Balin Dupree. She's the woman that's on TikTok. That has Tourette's. You might have seen her like doing "Wind It Up" or "USA, USA."
Yeah.
Anyway, she is the sweetest thing. So cute, adorable. I just finished watching that, but I want to talk about Jay and Pamela. So literally, Jay and Pamela are the sweetest little freaking couple. They are so adorable. They have this really rare disease that causes them to break their bones or get fractures super easy.
Yeah, it's called osteogenesis imperfecta type 3.
Yeah,
it's very specific.
Yeah, and that's the thing that they made sure like to really drive home is that it was type 3 because honestly they could sneeze and fracture their ribs. But they're very open about their sex life. And
I see.
Jay is so cute because he's like, oh my God, she like throws me up to the wall. And like, they're like 2 feet tall. They're so cute. It's so sweet. So Jay and Pamela, they throughout the season so far, I think there's only like 7 or 8 episodes out so far. You'll see throughout the season that they're trying to figure out how they can like build more independence because they live in Jay's parents' basement. They share a wall with Jay's grandmother. They're getting ready to get married. You know, they're trying to do more on their own. They're already super independent, but they're trying to do more on their own and getting out. So yeah, there was one crazy plot twist thing that I literally did not see coming. Pamela was trying to reach out to her family and talk to them because she hasn't really spoke to them in about 5 years because they just don't accept her relationship with Jay. And she seems to think that it's because Jay is a transgender man.
Oh.
Yeah. And like, didn't see it coming. I did not see it coming. So where I left off, you know, they're trying to grow their independence, move out, get married, do all the things that, you know, a normal grown adult relationship would entail. She invited her brother to the wedding. He came down. He's very much involved. He's not in the same country or the same city, but he's still involved like with her. And she says, well, do you think like mom and dad are going to come? And he was like, oh, I'm not sure. And then that's where it's left off. So I can't wait to go home and see if they ended up coming to the wedding or not.
Yeah. And that's very, like, I hope the parents do come to the wedding because now like I'm invested because I'm just like, it's so shitty when you have people who, you know, don't accept.
Especially your own parents.
Oh yeah. That's fucking big props to my mom and dad. Like,
Literally, I could never imagine not being there for my kids. I could not imagine.
yeah.
So fingers crossed they show up, because she was getting her hair and her makeup done for like the trial before her wedding to see if she liked it, and she had her friend, and she was sitting there bawling with her friend like, oh, I wish my dad could see me like this and walk me down the aisle. Like, so sad.
Yeah. Was that with TLC?
It is.
Good thing, because I'm going to branch off into what I watched was the new 90 Day Fiancé.
Ooh.
So the biggest thing I want to talk about is with the 90 Day Fiancé, they now have a poly couple.
Shut up.
Yeah. So this is the first throuple on 90 Day Fiancé.
Shut the fuck up.
We have.
I'm so excited.
So we have Matt and Amani. They are married, but their third is Annie, spelled A-N-Y, but they pronounce it Annie. She's from Mexico. So basically, Matt.
Mexico's a fun time.
Oh, hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
So Matt and Amani are kind of exploring their polyamorous, or exploring a polyamorous relationship with Annie. So like I said, Matt and Amani are married and they have kids. But Annie also has a daughter, and they're kind of like looking to explore and looking to integrate their families while maintaining their relationship.
Matt looks like Troy Baker. I'm just
literally
looking it up.
searching
That's
right
really
now,
funny
too.
that he looks like Troy Baker.
People
I
are
wasn't
like,
expecting that.
so with Matt, like, normally when I think of like throuple, I think of like all the times. I think when I'm on a dating app and I'm talking to a nice woman, and then after like a nice couple days of chatting, she's like, oh, so I have a boyfriend, and this is a picture of my boyfriend, and it's like a gross neck beard. I'm like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, they're trying to trap you.
They're trying to trap me.
You're the unicorn.
I don't want to be the unicorn.
At least not in that scenario.
No, or any scenario. I don't.
I mean, they're telling me there's no scenario where you would be the unicorn. Yeah. To our listener audience, Gabby's making faces that it insist that she would if the right people came along.
Steve Buscemi, if you and your wife need a third, I'm right there. Because all I can think of is Steve Buscemi from Airheads. That's my hall pass. Weird, I know.
No, love it. Girl, I've been in love with Johnny Depp ever since I was 6 years old, okay?
Ugh.
Listen.
Okay. So,
I know!
going on from that.
I'm better than Amber Heard, I swear!
Ugh.
I'd still get down with Amber Heard. I'll love being a toxic bitch. Are you fucking
Would you
kidding
let
me
her
right
shit
now?
on you too?
Well, no. She also didn't shit on Johnny Depp. She shit on his stuff out of vengeance. I can get down with that a little bit.
Oh,
Just
just
don't
like
cross
the crazy bitches.
I can get down with the crazy bitch. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like
Insert crazy bitch here.
Yeah.
So basically, Annie is so their whole dynamic, it's weird. So in the episode that I watched, there was a building tension between the couple and Annie. So when Annie, she revealed that she still gets gifts from her ex for her daughter. So their ex still gives their daughter things, but just
Okay.
it's fine. You don't know the relationship between, because maybe he's like a father figure to the daughter.
Yeah.
So some people might think that's a red flag. I don't necessarily, but the biggest one was when so Amani has expressed that she is bisexual and that she's looking to also be in this relationship with Annie, not just Matt being in a relationship with Annie.
Oh.
So she also wants to be.
Oh, so it's a for real throuple.
Yeah. So what I have the feeling is Amani is into Annie, but it doesn't seem like Annie is into Amani. So as you know, in the episode, Annie immediately runs into Matt's arms and kissed him passionately, Amani is just standing there being like, doesn't know what to do. So they're just like, Matt and Annie are like sucking face, and then Amani's just like there being like, oh, like in a weird threesome where it seems like two people are really into the moment, and like the third one is just like, what if I just put my hand there? Like,
do you like when I touch you there?
Yeah.
Every TV throuple on shows like this seems to go that way.
Yeah.
It just seems like they're never... Thruples happen in reality. But I think also being a person who's into being in a throuple, finding a throuple that works, and being willing to be on TV just has not happened yet at all. So like that's why I think that just every time there's thruples or anything like this on TV, one person's always out. It just cameras have not seeked out and found the people who actually do it yet. And I mean, when they do, they're usually like fucked up weirdos that look like me. So,
so the crazy thing is, so like what people know with 90 Day Fiancé, people are getting married to another person to get the other person's country of origin. It's like visa to stay in the country. So what is sort of going on with this couple is Amani is planning to divorce Matt.
I was just about to say, hold up. How is this going to work if they're married?
So Amani is going to divorce Matt and then marry Annie, which I feel like this is... So this gets even crazier because, like, I want to know what Amani is feeling because I have a feeling like this is just going to turn into like this whole toxic thing. Well, Amani is going to start feeling left out, and it's just going to be Matt and Annie kind of getting into it because... It is also like, it also came to light that Annie didn't tell her family. Now, this could be because maybe her family is super homophobic, or they just wouldn't understand like being in a throuple or anything like that. So I can sort of see that side, but it says that Annie didn't tell her family that Matt was just Annie's boyfriend, but Amani is just a friend, and that she avoided saying anything that she was also romantically involved with Amani.
Oof.
So I feel like this is going to be like one of those situations where one person's going to be left out.
It's literally shit already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, Matt seems very subdued but he could just be, I guess, like holding his cards against himself, being like, I don't want to seem like such like an instigator in this, because he's probably like, oh, hell yeah, 2 women.
I'm the man.
I'm a man. Anyways.
Not the big dick energy.
Well, that's it for me when it comes to what I've been watching.
Honestly, that's like pretty much the same with me. I don't, 3 kids. Not a lot of time to watch no reality TV, but...
Well, I think this is it. This is the end of Boob News. I'm sticking with the name. It's a working title, but I am straight in Boob News corner.
All right.
I like Boob News.
We'll figure it out.
Josh is gonna tell you he's gonna have very strong words with me later. All right, bye.
Bye.
Yo, it's Gorilla Central out there. Get the fuck up. Juice heads everywhere.
I don't think that he's good for you. How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion.
Are you kidding me? I swear to God,
Stop.
don't be
What are you
throw the thing on me. I'll hurt you.
Welcome to BoobTube.
This has been a Haunted Mouse production. Cut that out.